Well, I can tell you that this business changed my life because it exploded the law of reciprocity. When I started to being able to give to other people and provide value and be able to give the knowledge that I have, especially when I started to market myself on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook and getting my name out there, so many opportunities came to me that it wasn't even just about the brokering anymore. It was just about, hey, can I get Rick to connect with Michelle? Because I know that Rick's doing this over here. He's an insurance guy. And Michelle, she's title, so I need to be able to help them get connected. Or maybe this guy that I know, he specializes in buying foreclosure deals. This other wholesaler came to me and said, "Hey, I need a buyer for this pre-foreclosure deal. Do you know anyone?" This is how you can make it make sense. You can fund the buyers. How did you learn this business? Do you have a mentor? How did you find the sources of capital? Rich Fee. So I learned this business. Uh, I, I started in real estate back in 2018 as a wholesaler. So that's where I was able to see the different pieces of the transaction and who was all getting paid. Now, a little bit of advantage that I had was that I grew up with my dad being a mortgage broker. So I knew that being in between the people with money and the people that need money and helping them get access to each other can create a lifestyle for yourself. Funding your own deal is not illegal, but why would you pay? You don't need to fund your own deal. You don't like you can just work with your wholesale lend. You can work with the lender on a wholesale basis, but you don't want to pay yourself points. That's just a mess. But getting back to your question, did I have a mentor for this business specifically for loan brokering? What I did is what a lot of other people do in other types of roles is I knew the wholesale transaction, so I knew enough to be dangerous about the real estate play. Then I went and found somebody that had a business set up that was brokering loans like this. I learned the process, developed a book of business, and went out on my own. Now, having known that that's a common journey, I want to help you skip a step. You don't have to go and learn somebody else's process or anything like that. You can learn the process from me. I'm going to deliver it to you. And then the only piece that's missing, I'll tell you the straight shoot. That brokerage that I was working with, it wasn't a good relationship because I was sourcing my own clients, I was processing my own deals, and I was paying them 60% of the commission. Wherein I'm going to teach you how to do everything and keep 100% of your commission if you want. And once you go through the boot camp and you know all of the phases of the business and how to do this, then you can see the processing that my team can provide for you as a service cost to the business that actually is the deliverable. We'll talk about that more, what that looks like. But anyone that's in sales right now, or anyone that has a transaction coordinator, anyone that has a support staff or customer care or uh, what's it called? Customer success managers, understand that those have just as much of making the sausage as the sales on the front end. And it's really good when you can marry the two. Okay. So we talked about this all night. We kind of set the stage here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 1 o'clock Eastern to 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing each at an hour a day for the broker challenge. Before we get in here, I want to remind you that this is an opportunity where you can make 2,500, 3,000, 2,000 on your first deal, first half of your first deal. Okay? So how much to get in? For tonight, we're doing only 197. Okay. So I'm going to drop if Damien can get the link in the chat, here is the link. Everyone should have that. Should look like this. Click on the link here, 197. You go ahead and put in, and then we'll get you access to the school group. That school group already has some people looking to get in here. We got 7 memberships pending. we might deny a couple of those if they didn't go, if they're not ready to go through the boot camp. Like I said, tomorrow we're changing the pricing to $47 a month. There's already 121 people in here. They got to get to level two to get access to all of the courses that I have available. So they got to start participating, or they won't be able to get access to it. In here is the Hard Money and DSCR Loan Basics course. This is essentially going to be day one of the broker boot camp, where we talk about hard money and DSCR loans in detail, how to evaluate a deal. Then we're gonna I have recordings of previous DSCR loan boot camps, loan broker boot camp that I already did, so you'll have access to that. But this is more or less going to be day number 2 and 3. Live recordings of this webinar, previous webinars, and any TikTok lives that I do where I directly answer borrower questions. All of my TikTok lives are basically borrower facing. So in order to talk the talk and walk the walk, you should understand how to do it from a pro and being able to study and watch the pro how he talks, if you know what I'm saying. And then the mini course here, this is what we're going to be developing. And you guys, and the reason why the broker boot camp is only at 197 is because you guys are going to help me develop this loan broker mini course so that when we do have the $47 a month paywall, then people come inside and get real value out of it. And they'll be able to go through the broker mini course and be able to get up to the next step. But you guys being one on the group calls this upcoming week, that's where you're going to be able to really set up the business and be in hyper speed to making commissions.